So today I'm going to correct an oft misused phrase from the Bible in 2 Peter chapter 3 about the end times. Now you'll hear it said that a day is like 1,000 years and 1,000 years is like a day to the Lord. But that's not what it says. So come with me into the Greek and let's have a look at what it actually says in the testimony of God, okay? You got it right here. So we're going to have a look. This is 2 Peter 3:8. It says in the King James, "But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day." Now, even in the English, you can tell that there's something not quite clear there, is it? It's like, it says, one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years. Kind of a strange way to say it, isn't it? Shouldn't it say something like, one day is as 1,000 years with the Lord? Or one day is as 1,000 years in the Lord's eyes? Something like this. But the with the Lord is the ambiguous part, because you probably never thought about it, but it could be that it's talking about being with the Lord. Aha! And that makes more sense out of the passage. Now, when we look at the Greek, we find out, in fact, that is what it's saying. Because it's not with there, it's alongside. Parâ, alongside. So let's have a look here in the Greek. So it says, one day alongside the Lord is in that manner 1,000 years. And 1,000 years in that manner one day. So now let's look at it from that perspective and say, what is it saying then? If it's talking about being alongside the Lord, being with the Lord, then it's saying that one day alongside the Lord in that manner 1,000 years. The verb to be is often omitted, so you have to inject that in, is. And that's common in European languages. So is. One day is in that manner 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. Peter's describing eternity. Whichever way you look at it, if you look at it as one day, that one day lasts so long, it feels like 1,000 years. If you look at 1,000 years in eternity, it's as one day passes. Meaning that it's uncountable, the amount of time that you will be there alongside the Lord. And that is Peter's message in this passage. We should be looking forward to that. In light of everything being destroyed, in light of God's judgment on the scoffers, on the ungodly, the irreverent, He calls these people unresolute. That's an extremely important thing to focus on. Because Peter is calling us to be resolute here, to set our minds firmly on being righteous and looking forward to the home of righteousness in the new heavens and a new earth. And that those who are unresolute, who will not set their minds on stopping sin and doing what's good, they are the ones that will be taken by surprise. Whether they call themselves Christians or not. Whether you go around saying, I'm a Christian, you go to church, you're raising your hands in church, you're speaking in tongues in church, you're even prophesying maybe. It doesn't matter. Those things in the end do not matter. They're important now, but what about you? Are you disqualified even though you're ministering the gospel of grace? Are you not resolute in your mind, in your heart, to love Jesus with all your passion? You must be resolute. You must resolve yourself every day to love Jesus with all your heart. And Jesus said, if you love me, you will keep my commands. Do you know his commands? Go to your Bible. Read those 4 accounts of Jesus' teachings. That's where you know his commands. That's how you have those in you. You're steeped in them every day. You're washing yourself with the commands of Jesus. And you're saying, I will do these things this day. That's resolute. And you do this every day. And every day you read from the 4 gospel accounts, somewhere in there. And you keep yourself in those, in Jesus' teachings, resolute to obey those this day. And then anything else you read in the Bible is supplementary, because that's the core. The others are important, for sure. You must be reading those, but you absolutely cannot abandon these 4 gospel accounts of Jesus' teachings. You must keep those in you every day. This is amazing, describing eternity that way, the way Peter does. It's what we look forward to, isn't it? That a day alongside the Lord is in that manner 1,000 years. And 1,000 years alongside the Lord in that manner 1 day. The amount of time that we will be with the Lord and how slowly it passes. It passes so slowly that 1 day feels like 1,000 years. But alongside the Lord, that's great joy. And when you look at 1,000 years, it's only as a day in your life. You're going to have so many 1,000 years alongside the Lord, it's uncountable. This is what we have to look forward to. But we've already begun it. If you are in Jesus Christ, then you are alongside the Lord. And Jacob says, squeeze yourself up alongside God, and he will squeeze himself up alongside you. When he's telling you to wash your hands, you sinners, and purify your hearts, purge your hearts. We can squeeze ourselves up alongside the Lord today. We start that. We live in that. Let this hope be in you. Keep this in mind. Be resolute every day. And may the Lord bless you as you seek him with all your heart.